Hey everyone, let's talk about how to understand and break down the permutations problem. We're going to use a tool called backtracking, and I'll kind of explain how that works. So let's look at the problem. Given an array of numbers, alright, so we know that we don't have to deal with strings, return all possible permutations as an array of arrays of numbers. Okay, so we know that our list is going to only contain numbers. We don't have to deal with strings. But let's look at the output here. Let's look at this example. So given 1, 2, and 3, we need to get 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, 2, 1, 3, etc. So let's look at this output, though, from a different perspective. The perspective of how would we make this with some loops? And you can kind of see from the output how we will actually construct it using loops. So the first number in this is 1 and then 1, and then 2 and then 2, and then 3 and then 3. Because there are only two numbers that follow the first number, we know that we're only going to see the 1 in front 2 times. So because they're arranged like this, you can kind of see how it was constructed. We took the first number, and then we appended all the possible combinations after the first number. Then we took the next number, we put it in front instead, and then we put all the combinations, and since there are only two combinations, we put all the combinations after that first number, and then we did it again for 3. So you can kind of see what happened there. What we did is we loop over the list, and then for each element, what we did is we grabbed that element, the element put at beginning of permutation, and then we generated all permutations that could follow that. And so by doing that, essentially we kind of worry about how to build something progressively. This is different than like the dynamic programming technique of bottom up, because instead of sort of going to the bottom, what we do is we're sort of building from the front, if that makes any sense. So in order to do that, though, in order to generate all permutations that could follow, what we need to do is we need to have some base cases so that we can do this recursively. So if there's only one element in the list, return a list with that element in its own list, so that it's a nested array of arrays. The reason, this is how I identified the base case, was to say, okay, what's the smallest sort of thing to permute? And it's one character, right? One character would be the smallest thing that we put in, or one element. So if we just put in a 1, then all of the permutations are just that 1. And so if we put in 1 and 2, then all the permutations are 1, 2, and 2, 1. And so from that, basically we can kind of construct our own thing. So we also need to handle if it's empty. So if it's empty, return empty empty list. Okay, so in the next video, I'll talk about how this works, and then we'll do a Python tutor video straight after that.